Hey everyone, Anthon-64 here, and today we're going to continue on some more Crash Nitro Kart for the Nintendo Gamecube. Alright, so in the last part we've taken care of the CNK tokens, and in this part we're going to take care of the relics, of course. Wait, did I say Teknee or Terra? I think I said Terra by accident. But Teknee still. I think I said Teknee, but anyway. We're going to take care of these, and then once we finish, I obviously will not play Velo first. But I'll go to the vault and get everything there. Of course, since I still have everything to pick back up, as you can see from the top of the screen, that might be a while. So don't expect a video like tomorrow or probably the day after. It all depends on how fast I get these things. It'll probably take me a day or two to get them all though. A couple hours at the very least. But still. So let's stop wasting time and get to it. Now let's get into Splatoon 2. So I checked out with the last part, and I was super tongue-tied, so I didn't explain myself clearly. Hopefully now I have a better way of explaining it. Now, the first thing was the fact that the whole game was surrounded by this idea that they're adding new content with the game, which at first sounded amazing because they were still kind of adding some stuff. But then when the actual updates came out, it was like, like new weapons, cool. You know, some new gear too every time it hits like past midnight or something, within local time of course. But then when it was discovered that freaking all the content was within the disc already, that is when people started to get infuriated. Because the idea of deliberately locking the content away in order to refreshen the game, while it worked, it was done very, very poorly. At least in my opinion. Because all it really did was just say, oh, look, a new weapon. I mean, like I said before, it works. Like, it definitely worked, but it working is not what we need to see when it comes to the sequel. Like, we need to see actual content with the game this time. I do appreciate the incentive of why they're doing it though. I just don't appreciate the actions they took. Now for the music. I don't care what y'all say, but like well actually I kinda do. I do appreciate opinions and stuff like that, but when I say this, I mean as in like, say what you will about the music, but Splatoon 2 is gonna be my go-to OST. At least for 2017. Until like another game comes out with a blasting soundtrack. New Jet Set Radio. But anyway. All we need now is to see what new weapons they're gonna bring to the table. They brought out some new specials and some new subs, or at least some changes to the subs and the weapons too. They made some changes. All we need is to see what they're gonna do with the actual game. And the Squid Sisters too, because during the trailer, I'm pretty sure a lot of you picked up on it. We were only able to see this one with like a dark gray jacket, I guess you could say. Now, I'm pretty sure a lot of you already know who this character is. I don't think I need to tell you guys that. Why the heck am I going backwards? Like, that was just so dumb. I don't know why the heck I did that. I think I just costed it too. No, I almost did though. But yeah, the Squid Sister we saw was Marie, I believe. So we need to see what happened to Callie. Because I think like Callie over Marie every day. It's just, what happened? I don't think the Splatoon devs actually killed her off like that. Just because of a Splatfest. But I need to stop saying that. Like, there's a lot of things I just need to stop saying before it becomes such a huge habit. It ends up being like high-key the most annoying thing to say. I mean, the word literally has already been the most annoying thing of last year, but hopefully that changes. And what I mean by changes, I mean a different word like annoys the crap out of everyone by saying it repeatedly. Who knows? Who knows what that word will be? But the real word here is that the new map that they did provide in the demo, it didn't interest me. Like, that new map did not interest me too much. Like, if they pull off some major construction like they did with, I think it was, no, not South Spray Rig. What was, I know I played the level before several times. I'll probably pop in Splatoon to start playing that too, like the first game. Because I did get the first game at launch. And I don't agree, I don't, what is it? I don't feel disappointed with the purchase on that game, even with the issues I had with it, like the way they made the game and how they were structuring the freshness of the game, I shall say. No official pun intended there. Oh, I probably need to go back and get those. I just hope they don't, like, all I'm trying to say is I just hope they don't mess it up. This game already looks a lot better than the first one. Just don't, what? I didn't even jump there. But yeah, like, all I hope is that they don't screw it up. That's all I'm asking. Okay, so enough of Splatoon 2. Let's see, what else is there going to be for the Switch? That isn't already out, and like a multiplayer and stuff like that. Well, actually, no, there is one I could talk about that's a multiplayer. Freaking Rayman Legends. The Definitive Edition. Granted that it is the Definitive Edition, meaning that the game will look a bit more gorgeous than the original version. Why? Like, why? Like, that's my ultimate question at this point. Why? Like, why would you? Like, don't get the wrong idea. Most of you already know how I feel about like Rumble being on Steam. Like a game being on more platforms is always welcome. Always. It's just, why would they give you? It did it again. Anyway, why would they give me something that was already out on a different system? Well, actually, two different systems. This was the one that's on Xbox One and PS4. Almost a 360. And on top of that, I don't even think there's going to be that much of a difference in loading because they never demonstrated it during any of the Switch events so far. And I know for a fact that the exclusive skins they're going to use for the Switch version, it's just going to be freaking, okay, I don't have to do that level again. It's just going to be, what is it? Mario and Luigi again. Because, I was trying to remember that because, the other versions of the game, like, Steam not necessarily having an exclusive skin, the Definitive Editions having their own exclusive skins, Wii U having Mario and Luigi as an exclusive skin, and all that stuff. I think PS3 was Kratos, and Xbox. I don't know what the Xbox 360 versions was, but all I know is do not recycle the skins. For one thing. Second, like, just don't mess this one up because there are two things I need to talk about with that. Number one, the fact that they tried when the Switch version was announced by Ubisoft's team. It wasn't like within the lineup video, but it wasn't like talked about until Ubisoft released a video on it. Now they did talk about like the whole visual stuff like that, but that's out of like remake. That's how general remakes do nowadays. You know, as well as smoothing out frame rate sometimes, but The thing that gets me with it is the fact that they're marketing it as if it's a new, exclusive, different type of port. Well, we know it's going to be the exact same thing. And the definitive version is already I was trying to say practically and basically at the same time. Yep. Yep. Missed more boxes. But yeah, it's pretty much just going to be the same thing as the original version of Rayman Legends. The only thing, which is the second thing by the way, that I will give praise for the definitive version is the fact that you're not going to be playing as Murphy in the game. That, like, Murphy levels were slow in the Wii U version because you had no control over the character. All you were able to control was Murphy with the touch controls. Haha. Like, and they showed us, and like, the other games showed us that you don't even need the touchscreen to just control Murphy when all you need is just the buttons and he'll do the action. And that's all there is to it. It wouldn't have made the Wii U's version any more special, sure, but like, at the very least, it will make the gameplay feel more, well, not effective, but more efficient. I mean, they have to do something with the gamepad, which I will respect them for doing so, but... And then with co-op, it does work a lot better. I will say that, too. When you're playing with more than one person, that is when the gamepad's functionality comes to play. But when you're playing by yourself, you ain't gonna see jack. It's just gonna feel like they just put that there just for the sake of putting it there. Now there were some not complaints, but some criticisms. I should try to make sure that I separate the two words because that kind of terminology is just getting thinner and thinner as the years go by. Like the difference between the two terminologies. But yeah, the criticisms that people did have with it, I think, are justified. But much like how I felt with the criticisms of, I don't think I should mention that game. I do think that the game, at least that, I think, what I'm trying to say here. At least the criticisms on that were justified, but I still think that it'll do well. If that's a good way of wording it. I don't know, like, we only got, like, as I said before, time and time again, we only got 7 more weeks until Barman hype and the Switch, of course. I'm pretty sure that's gonna come to like freaking PS4 sometime soon. I'm not sure about Xbox One. What the heck happened with Xbox One this year? Well, not this year, but 2016. But the start of this year too, actually. Like, what happened? All I know was that there were like a couple of things with the game. For one, there was the cancel scale battle, which I'm pretty sure, considering this was a Platinum title, I know everyone who likes Platinum, and they would have enjoyed the crap out of it, you know, barring they had a freaking Xbox One, but a lot of them did, so it would have been nice to see how they would think about the game, but now that's no longer the case. I'm having more trouble speaking than the freaking translator of the presentation. Like, don't get the wrong idea. I understand how difficult it is to try translating at a professional level. I mean, I haven't done it myself, but that doesn't mean I don't understand it. I think I missed a time. I think it's 2:45. 2:50. Alright. But yeah, I understand how difficult it is to freaking translate. But the dude seemed a bit, I wouldn't say nervous, but it was more so unorganized with his wording. I mean, there probably was some anxiety involved in that too, but I definitely felt more of a way of, like, just right now with me, just a way of wording it. That's the thing that's giving it so much trouble. But yeah, I think I'll see you guys whenever we get to the vault. Okay, so here we are at Vito's vault. Now, here's how this is gonna work. Just like with Team Bandicoot, except for not playing Vito the first time, this time, after I collect everything back, I'm going to go over here. I start with the purple gem cup. It looks pink. Do not tell me it doesn't look pink. But when you do get to that, we have to check out all the cups. First starting with purple, then the red, then the green, then the blue, and then right here, the hyperspace wait time trial, which requires all the gems. So this is Anthon-patapon signing out. Thank you guys for watching, and whenever we get to this point, I will make sure, and I mean I will make sure, that I will be playing at my very best. So yeah, see ya.